welcome to the Aspen Network of Development Entrepreneurs. My name is Richenda van Leeuwen. I'm the Executive Director of ANDE, and I'm just delighted to have Somachi Chris-Asoluka here with us today, who is the CEO of the Tony Elumelu Foundation based in Nigeria, and she will be joining us, I'm thrilled to say, at our upcoming conference starting very soon in Accra, in Ghana, and we're really just thrilled to have her joining us for a short conversation and chat today about what's happening in the entrepreneurship ecosystem in West Africa, and specifically around some of the work of the foundation. So, Somachi, great to have you with me today. And maybe you'd just like to say a minute about who you are and the work of the foundation.
No, thank you so much. I'm really delighted to be catching up with my ANDE family. My name is Somachi Chris-Asoluka, as you said, CEO of the Tony Elumelu Foundation. The Tony Elumelu Foundation is the leading philanthropy empowering young Africans from all 54 African countries. We've been doing this important work since 2010, but in 2015, we launched our flagship program. We called the program the Tony Elumelu Foundation Entrepreneurship Program. Through this program, we have funded over 18,000 entrepreneurs, giving them over $100 million in disbursed seed capital so far. These entrepreneurs have also gone on to create over 400,000 jobs across the African continent. The work that we do has attracted the attention of global partners, including the European Commission, the United Nations Development Programme, GIZ, ICRC, that's International Community of the Red Cross, and other partners who have identified the work that we do in empowering young entrepreneurs as the most transformative model of impact in Africa. And so they've worked with us to scale our impact by empowering and funding additional entrepreneurs. I'm so delighted to be the keynote speaker at the upcoming ANDE conference in Accra, Ghana, so that I can share the testimonies and the stories and the incredible work that entrepreneurs are championing across the continent. The jobs they're creating, the businesses they're starting, the poverty alleviation schemes that they're implementing to ensure that Africa is transformed for the positive in our lifetime. So again, lovely to be here and looking forward to this chat.
And very warm welcome to you. And everything that ANDE does is really about supporting entrepreneurship around the world, and particularly helping small business entrepreneurs to be able to grow and thrive and contribute to economic and social benefit. And you mentioned jobs, and clearly jobs is a key element of everything that we see, that small businesses are the engine for job growth, and particularly for decent work as one of the Sustainable Development Goals. Our theme this year for our conference is accelerating action around the Sustainable Development Goals. So looking beyond jobs, can you say a little bit more about what you're seeing from your position at the foundation in how the entrepreneurs that you're working with are helping to accelerate action and impact in the Sustainable Development Goals?
I think that's a fantastic question because it ties in very strongly to the work that we do at the Tony Elumelu Foundation. Entrepreneurs in our program have to fill out an application form to apply for our program. And on that form, there are two questions in particular that highlight to them to answer what SDG goals their businesses are fulfilling. So how much is the contribution that their businesses are making to SDGs, and how do they envision our support helping them to contribute even more to the SDGs? So all of our entrepreneurs are aligned to the SDGs and are directly contributing to Africa achieving the SDGs before our deadline in 2030. Outside of job creation that our entrepreneurs are championing by creating jobs at the grassroots level, by employing other young people, by ensuring that we have economic empowerment from the bottom-up level, entrepreneurs are also contributing to other SDGs. And I'd like to touch on two in particular: women, economic empowerment, gender equity, and climate. So another mandate of our program is to ensure that more women are included in the economic ecosystem in Africa. We want more women actively employed in the labor market. So all of our entrepreneurs have to make an active commitment to ensuring that they're employing women in their businesses and creating opportunities for women along the value and supply chain. Two, we have many entrepreneurs now, over 20% of them, who identify as being in the green sector. Green sector means that their businesses are helping to support climate resilience in Africa. So we have entrepreneurs who are in waste management, who are in recycling, who are in the green economy, the blue economy, etc. And also, driving a type of enlightenment across the continent to show that climate change is real, climate change, negative impacts across the continent is real, and that we must now become more responsible in caring for our environment, caring for sustainability, and caring that we leave behind a better planet than we found for future generations. So our entrepreneurs are engaged across all the SDGs, but I think in particular, we're most excited about our entrepreneurs who are helping to drive climate resiliency in Africa and also giving women the economic empowerment that they very much deserve.
And that's fantastic and touches on two of ANDE's core themes as well. We're really supporting gender equity, which is SDG 5, as well as driving climate action, SDG 13, as well as recognizing that in some parts of the continent, there's still challenges around energy supply and production. And without having reliable energy, that's a hindrance for enterprise and for entrepreneurs as well. So that's fantastic. And we've also had a program at ANDE over the last several years actually focusing on African women climate entrepreneurs, really saying that you can actually do both at the same time, that it's not gender over here and climate over there, but really focusing on women as climate leaders and as solution champions as well. So what are some of the challenges that you are still seeing in the region relating to holding back entrepreneurs? And how do you think some of the solutions that Tony Elumelu Foundation provides can help in addressing those?
Wonderful question. So our program already supports entrepreneurs through the seed capital of $5,000 each, non-returnable seed capital that we give to them, the business management training that we ensure all of our entrepreneurs go through, the mentoring and hands-on coaching that they get from the foundation as they go through this business management training, because we know that entrepreneurship can be a lonely journey and sometimes you need a mentor or a coach to hold your hand. So entrepreneurs go through our training guided by a mentor that's appointed by the foundation to help them in their businesses. Our entrepreneurs also get access to digital networks on TF Connect, where they're able to interact with each other, forge partnerships with each other, get additional training, and also get exposure to investors. And then finally, we make sure that our entrepreneurs remain connected to the foundation through an alumni program, where we have alumni chapters across 4 African countries, where entrepreneurs can join and be a part of the foundation and a part of other activities that takes place locally in their different countries, brought to them by the foundation and our partners. So these are the different ways that we support our entrepreneurs. But as you said, there are still challenges that exist. I think that the most critical challenge facing African entrepreneurs is the funding. So too many African entrepreneurs are having to make do with very limited funding to achieve and to pursue their business ambitions. The foundation has disbursed over $100 million so far to 18,000 entrepreneurs, but we think there's still more that can be done. And that's why we want to launch our Coalition for African Entrepreneurs in the upcoming months, so that we raise awareness to African entrepreneurs, we spotlight the amazing initiatives that are already running on the continent, and we can channel more global capital, more global funding to these businesses. These African entrepreneurs are resilient, they're passionate, they're driven, they're knowledgeable, and they deserve a bigger share of the global capital that's available and going to startups in other regions. It's time for African entrepreneurs to be in the spotlight. It's time for them to receive this capital, and it's time for the global community to invest in their dreams. They're creating the jobs, they're generating the revenues, they're implementing the changes on ground, and it's now time that we begin to seriously invest in them. So if you were to ask me, like you've done, what's the largest challenge, what's the biggest obstacle that African entrepreneurs still face, it's the funding gap. We have to do more for African entrepreneurs, in particular, women African entrepreneurs. I think that the mentorship and the training and the other elements of running a successful business in Africa have largely been covered. But I think that the funding issue still remains a critical challenge that I look forward to talking about during my keynote speech in ANDE in a few days.
Well, that's a wonderful call to action for the community then to step in and really look at the financing. And particularly as we've been looking at localization as well, I love that you're talking about the partnership of By Africa for Africa, but bringing in the global voice and the global community and the global finance where it's needed. And certainly we at ANDE are always looking about partnership and about the value of being a network. As we say, it takes an ecosystem of support to help the ecosystem of entrepreneurs really to achieve their dreams and their success. And so we're just so delighted that you're going to be engaging with us at the conference and hopefully in the months and years to come as well, as we all work together, not only to solve the challenges, but really to highlight and to enhance opportunity. And that's opportunity that should be available for every entrepreneur around the world, wherever they are, in whichever market, that they have the access to the support that they need and the capital that they need to give them the best opportunity to grow their business. You're hearing a taster today of a little bit of the conversation that will be happening in Accra in just a few short days from now. So any final words before we close, Somachi, of what you'd like to say to the ANDE network and to our listeners and viewers around the world?
No, first, I'll just like to commend ANDE for the important work that's done consistently for so many years now. I think that when we talk about more boots on ground in supporting African entrepreneurs, you certainly are among those actors who have demonstrated commitment to African entrepreneurs over many years now. So I just want to say thank you to ANDE. We see you, we recognize your contributions, and we appreciate you. Second is I look forward to being in Accra. Accra is a city that's a second home to me outside of Lagos. And so I look forward to being in Accra again and connecting with the larger ANDE community to really raise awareness to African entrepreneurs and give them the visibility, the funding, the support, and all the support that they need to continue to create remarkable businesses as they're doing. So I'm looking forward to championing African entrepreneurs again as we get ready for the ANDE conference in Accra.
Thank you so much. We look forward very much to seeing you, and thank you again for everything that you're doing as a leader, supporting other African leaders and entrepreneurs. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Well done.